Hey guys, it's Keegan. Hope that you have been doing well. I am here with a pick a stack, pick a deck style reading for you, and I'm just gonna dive into it. I've decided, I don't know, I'm not in the mood to really talk. I'm just in the mood to read. So, hopefully, you get some good insight from these messages. If you aren't familiar with this style of reading, there are a couple of ways that you can watch this. You can pick one deck, and that'll be your deck, and you can ask a very specific question or seek insight into a particular person. And for example, if you pick two, you'll just go to where I'm doing the second reading, and I probably will forget to put timestamps, but someone will timestamp this, and I will pin that as the top comment, so you can go to the comments and you can see that. Um, you can also decide that you're going to assign each of these readings a particular meaning. So this might represent one person, this might represent your job, and this might represent a friendship, right? So it's up to you how much you want to hang out with me. I'm going to do something that I think will help you pick, maybe. I've assigned an oracle card to each of these stacks of cards. You can see the cards are underneath. And I'm just going to flip the oracle card over and let you know what the oracle cards are. And then you can pick the stacks based on the oracle card. Okay, so for stack one here, this card says, I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. For stack two, we have, I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. And stack three says, my fearless freedom lights up the world. So decide which of these seems like it is the most appropriate for you, or assign meaning to each of these stacks. And I'm going to go ahead and just move 2 and 3, and we'll take a look at group 1. So again, with the oracle card, this says, I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. So before laying these cards out, I do just want to say, sometimes this oracle card will come out meaning that there is someone, a particular person, someone other than you, that you are choosing to release things from the past and to see that person with an openness and a willingness and a desire to perhaps give them a second chance. At other times, this card comes out where it's really about seeing yourself for the first time, really through the eyes of self love, of knowing your worth, knowing your value, knowing what you deserve, and embracing that. Okay, so let's see what the cards have to say here. I'm just going to put these down in the order that I picked them up, basically. All right. Well, let's talk about what's going on here, guys. I'm actually going to start here with this Five of Wands. I feel like this is really kind of at the core of what's going on here. Honestly, what I'm getting from this is that in the past, this does feel like it's connected to another person. Um, I'm saying that because we have the eight of cups here. Um, we also have this Six of Pentacles. We'll talk about what all these mean, but energetically, I do feel like this is related to another person. So this is someone that you yourself are choosing to look at this connection again with a fresh pair of eyes. Um, this Five of Wands feels like it's giving me some insight into the past. I think that there were a lot of challenges that happened in this connection, and those challenges weren't dealt with in the healthiest way. Meaning, when the challenges presented themselves, it actually caused a lot of conflict between the two of you. This could be a situation in which there were other people involved in the situation, either meaning there was another love interest on one or both of your parts, or just other people were involved in it in some way. Um, but I feel like you have realized that there's still something here There's still something here for you. I'm going to start with this top row and talk to you about what's going on here. So the Eight of Swords coming out reversed here. Um, this is really where I sense that you are starting to have a little bit of renewed hope around a situation. It's interesting because the Eight of Swords, when it's reversed, really tends to represent a place in which we're liberating ourselves from something, we're escaping, or we're getting freedom from a situation. But what I honestly feel you are getting the freedom from is about this Nine of Wands reversed. It feels very much like you have been reluctant to engage with someone. But you're coming forward. I feel your energy coming forward. The Nine of Wands reversed and the Chariot showing up here represents to me you really making a deliberate decision to take action towards making a move of some sort. This Ace of Wands and Strength flanking either side of that tense energy that I was picking up on. You've done a lot to get yourself to this place. And it's interesting because when I do these styles of readings, the cards become almost secondary to me, honestly. What I tend to really tune into is just the energy that I'm getting coming through from the people who will eventually watch this video and choose this particular group. And I sense a lot of you have really done some soul searching. You've really done a lot of work in trying to free yourself from this shadow of the past. You've done a lot of work to free yourself from it. And it's interesting because I don't necessarily feel like all of you who are listening to me necessarily want this to be something that is started again. For some of you, you do. Like I mentioned, we have this Eight of Cups, and okay, so there's a group of you who do want to have almost like a second chance to see if this can be something that can work. Okay, these bottom two cards here feel to me like two distinct groups. So one group of you with the Six of Pentacles energy is very much about wanting to try to show up, having done the work, having learned some lessons about yourself, with an openness and a receptiveness to see this person with love. And I have to tell you that feels very much like warts and all, meaning you understand that this person has some, they have flaws. I mean, we all do. But you understand that this person has, it feels like unique challenges that make them struggle when it comes to relationships, when it comes to connections. But you're going into it with your eyes open this time. For this group, that's what it feels like. And part of that stems from you having done your own work and explored yourselves. And for this group, the people who are resonating with what I'm saying right now, of wanting to have this second chance, it feels almost like you've realized the depth of your own trauma. You've realized the depth of your own responsibility in this. And you've realized that it takes two people. It always takes two people. And having learned that about yourself has allowed you to look at this other person in a different way, so that you realize they're carrying their own trauma, they're carrying their own pain, that they're doing the best that they can in where they're at in terms of their own healing and exploration of themselves. But like I said, you're going into it with your eyes open this time, and you want to see what's possible if you approach this person, if you come back in, if you take action towards um, trying something, seeing what you can create with this person, equipped with more understanding of yourself and of them. Now that's one group. The other group of you, very similar energy for everything, except what you're really trying to do is launch yourself forward. And it's interesting because you want to move on and you want to move towards something that's new, but there is also the same sense of realizing it wasn't all this other person, that it was both of you. um, for this group, you don't have the same desire to necessarily reconnect with this person. You see this relationship almost as um, two people who were very wounded in similar ways, and when they came together, it was very um, like it feels almost like re-traumatizing. The relationship itself feels re-traumatizing, and in allowing yourself to heal, allowing yourself to forgive yourself, allowing yourself to embrace the truth about your role in this. Ultimately, this other group has decided to move away towards something new, but there is this release of the anger and the hostility that you feel towards the other person. So it's interesting. I feel that the people, let me know in the comments, but I feel like the people who chose this group went through a similar situation and have worked through it in a very similar way, ultimately landing at two different decisions in regards to this other person. But both groups are really seeing this other person for the first time from a place of empathy and understanding. It's just that one group of you wants to try again, and the other group of you wants to just move on from it. But the core overarching energy here is I don't know if you hear my boyfriend, I'm sorry. He's playing a video game. The energy here is just one of forgiveness, and it's actually quite lovely. I'm just tuning in to make sure that I'm not mistaken, but no, there are two groups of you, and I just have to say, regardless of where you fall, whether you want to try again with this person or you ultimately are, you're not interested in that, you just want to move forward, as long as that feels right to you, as long as you feel internally that you're doing what's best for you, you're being brave, you are respecting what feels like your own intuitive nudge, whether that is to try again or to just move on from this. The thing that's actually really beautiful here is the forgiveness, because there's so much forgiveness of self and so much forgiveness of the other person, and that makes me happy. Like, that really does make me happy. Now, what I want to do here before moving on to the next group is I just want to get one final oracle card out specific to this. And I think what I'll do is I'll get an oracle card for group 1, and I'll do one for group 2. Okay? I'm just going to shuffle these a little. Okay, so for group 1, and then group 2. And it's interesting. I'm so curious how many Scorpios chose group 1, because on the channel I've had 2 distinct groups of Scorpios, and this feels very similar to how those readings have been. So let me know that in the comments as well. Okay, so for group 1, the ones that want to try again, this says, when I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. Okay, and again, this is exactly what I was saying to you. As long as you feel that you're listening to where you're being led, that you're not trying to force anything, that you're really, you're being guided. You're tapping into your intuition around this. As long as that's what you feel, give this a shot and see what happens. I think that the growth that you've had, the lessons that you've learned are really what matter. And even ultimately, if this doesn't work, or if this person isn't receptive, or if you do try and it doesn't click, you'll still be okay. It's really just about having this desire to try again, knowing that you've done a lot of work on yourself, knowing that you have healed a lot of things that you see now were getting in the way, then we're causing and contributing to some of the problems that were going on. Now, for those of you who are, not interested in that reconciliation aspect, but just really want to, forgive this person, see this person from a different perspective, and move forward on your own towards something new, let's see what the cards have to say for you. So this says, true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. And it's very interesting, right? The different theme that came out with those cards, because this is that energy that I feel. You're wanting to heal, you're not wanting to reconcile. You're wanting to move beyond the things that were triggers for you. And the work that you've done is really about healing the wounds underneath that. It's almost like if you go to the doctor and you say, I don't know why, but my arm is sore all the time. I don't know what it is, but my arm is sore. That the soreness is the symptom, but there's a cause of that symptom. And that's really what you've done, is you've gone deep inside yourself to figure out what needs to really truly heal. And I'm happy for both groups, because regardless of what your next move is, regardless of what the next step is, it's clear to me here that you've done a lot of work. You've done a lot of investigation into yourself. You've done a lot of healing and exploring some of that pain and trauma that has tripped you up and caused problems for you in your relationships. So congratulations on that. And, I wish you well, regardless of which path you're going to take. So let's clear these cards away. And I'm going to bring group 2 down now. And so welcome group 2. Again, your card here says, I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. And whenever this card comes out, it's always an indicator to me that you need to just take a breath. You need to figure out how you can center yourself and bring yourself into the present, being mindful and aware of what is actually going on. Very often this card comes out when people are either trapped in the past, their energy is very focused on the past, or they're very worried or concerned about the future. And you need to figure out how to bring your energy present. Okay, so here's what I want to do with these cards. I just want to take them one at a time for you guys and see, what comes out here. So right off the bat, we have the Six of Cups. And, I said sometimes this can represent a place in which our energy is focused on the past. And the Six of Cups does represent the past. It represents the feeling of nostalgia. Now, what's interesting and what I'm picking up here is that for some of you, what you're really truly hoping is that you can manifest a reunion of some sort. What I want to say in terms of that, right, is that if you're focusing on the lack of that reunion, if your energy is aligned to either why is it not happening yet, how long is it going to take, when is it going to happen, what else do I need to do, are they go like if your energy is aligned to the fact that it isn't happening or it hasn't happened, you're actually keeping it from happening. And it's the tricky thing that happens with energy. We manifest what we are putting out vibrationally. And if your vibration is about there being lack, about not having, about it being delayed, it taking too long, you're sending out this vibration of energy saying it needs to take a long time, it's not time for it to happen yet, I don't believe it's possible. Okay? So the best thing that you can do is to actually not focus on that desire. You need to live your life as if you already have it. right? And this is where I often get tons of pushback from people. But I mean, it's just the truth. It's just the truth. It's just how it works, right? And yeah, it sucks. But you have to live your life as if you already have everything that it is that you want, even if you don't technically have it yet. Because the truth of the matter is, you can give yourself everything you need. And so, if there's a particular person that you hope to have a reunion or have someone from the past come back and return, um, what would your life be like if that person did return? How would you go about your day? Would you take better care of yourself? Would you be in a better place mentally? Would you be in a better place physically? What would your life look like? And then you have to start making your life be that. Okay? Because then what happens is you're creating the life that that person eventually plugs into. You're not keeping them at bay because you're keeping yourself stuck in the pain and the sadness of them not being there. Okay? Ace of Wands coming out reversed here. Yeah, for a lot of you, you're focused on the fact that there was a missed opportunity. There was something that you feel didn't get a fair shake, something that you feel isn't finished, something that started and ended rather abruptly. It feels very much like a missed opportunity to you, and your energy is aligned to that frustration of it not happening yet, of that reunion not happening yet. Be very mindful of that, because you're sending out the expectation that it's not happening, and therefore it's not happening. And you're very, the Knight of Pentacles coming out here reversed, I feel, is just a further extension of that energy. This is a very stubborn, stuck energy. And it's wanting something quick without having to put in the work. And the work that has to happen here is really about spiritual work. It's being mindful of your energy. Reminding yourself that you're love. You are love. You are the embodiment of love. And we're all connected. All of us. I'm connected to you. You're connected to me. The person that you're wanting to come back is connected to all of us. And because of that, you have to be very careful about the energy that you're putting out, because it's almost like you're trying to put magnets together, and sometimes it aligns and sometimes it doesn't. And if you're putting out this energy that is blocking the potential, then you have to stop that, because that it goes against this notion of miracles being natural. Again, you have to believe that if it's meant to be, and I feel like you've assigned some sort of meaning to this connection or meaning to this person. So if that's true, right? If it is a special connection, then it will work out. But you can't force it. You can't speed it along. You can't do anything. The timing aspect of this, and I just saw so many of you roll your eyes and groan about the timing, but timing does matter. It does. 10 of Cups. Under the 6 of Cups. There is potential here. But you can do more harm to this connection than good if you're trying to force it, or if you're not spending your time in the present making the improvements to yourself and to your life that need to happen in order to make room for this 10 of Cups to actually come in. 7 of Coins. Patience. Waiting. Delayed results, but positive results. Success in the end, but having to realize that, again, it takes time. You can't rush it. This is about tending to something and allowing something to grow at its own speed and knowing that you're nurturing it. Ace of Swords coming out here reversed. There's a lot of stress here, and there's a lot of your thought process around this is creating blocks in your ability to manifest it. The stress that you're feeling, the worry and the anxiety and the disappointment that you're feeling is actually making things harder. It's creating turbulence against this reunion. There's a train as I'm saying that. 10 of Pentacles with the 10 of Cups. Let's see what this last card is. The Emperor. You can absolutely have something that comes in and feels very good, very stable, very solid. But in order to do that, you have to settle into your own self and your own ability to manifest the life that you want. And you have to go after that life, even if this person has not come back yet. It's almost like, energetically, what I'm saying is, you're here where I'm pointing, right? The other person's here. And if you both manage to get here, right? You both manage to do this. That's where you can have this potential of meeting up again. Okay? You only have control of getting yourself from here to here. This person might go this way. This person might go halfway and freak out and take a step back. Okay? But if you stay here, even if this person goes all the way, you're not doing what you need to do to get to them. So you have to shift that. You have to put in the effort. So let's get an oracle card out here specific to this for this second group of you. Actually, I just want to do a cut. So it says, when I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. You have to focus internally on allowing your vibration to go up to a higher frequency. You have to trust that the universe is working to get this to you. These two tens. 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. But until you get yourself aligned properly internally, you're not going to be able to see the world unfolding in the way that you want it to. Because you're actively blocking things from unfolding for you by being in this sad, low vibrational, why are they not here? Why did they go away? Why are they not responding? Why is this not working? When is it going to happen? How much longer do I have to... Like, just listening to me say that, guys, didn't you feel the energy dip? Stop doing that. Shift your energy instead to, you know what? I'm going to create an amazing life. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to put in the work that I need to do on myself. I'm going to move myself forward towards the type of life that I want. And I'm going to trust that if this is supported by the universe, if this is for my good, it will align. It will work. Okay? So, hopefully that was helpful. I think some of you didn't necessarily like that message, probably because you've been hearing it quite a bit. Okay? But let me know in the comments what you thought. All right, let's go on to group 3. Hello, group 3. So again, your card here is My Fearless Freedom Lights Up the World. And immediately with this card, I'm picking up on an energy of just, like, I just want to take like a deep breath and just, shake my shoulders. It's that feeling of just having so much on your plate, so much that you've been trying to deal with, so much that you've been trying to get through. And finally getting to a place where you feel like you've either broken through or you're about to. Okay? That's the energy that I'm picking up on. 8 of Cups. So again, this is about moving on towards something new, retreating or pulling away from something. And again, like, I do sense that, right? Being at that place of being able to leave something behind that might have been a little bit heavy, and moving towards something that feels like it has a little bit of hope or newness to it. Devil coming out reversed here, exactly what I was talking about. Really finding freedom from some heavy stuff, dealing with emotions that we haven't processed, going in and really looking deep inside ourselves and healing, doing a lot of healing. This is really good energy, and I just want to say, without even seeing the rest of this, I'm proud of you guys, and I think you're feeling it. You're realizing that not being scared, not being frightened, not being worried, not being anxious, and really finding a place where you've embraced yourself fully and you're ready to move forward towards something else. The amount of freedom that you feel from that, and the fact that it feels so exciting. It's not scary to you. It feels exciting to not know exactly what is around the corner, but to know that whatever is around the corner is going to be new and different. It's a good place for you to be. The candle just went out. Knight of Cups coming out reversed, with the Seven of Swords also reversed here. This feels like it's connected to a person who was just, they made a lot of promises that they never intended to keep. They made a lot of, they set a lot of expectations around what could be that weren't actually at all grounded in reality. But they got caught. And it's interesting because you're okay with this. You're not okay that they did it. That's not what I'm saying. But you're done. You're moving past it. You're moving on from it. Like, you truly are. You're truly moving. You're moving on, and you've done what you need to do to heal. And there is a certain level of forgiveness. You won't forget it, right? There's no forgive and forget, but there is forgive. You've forgiven this person, and in a way, you're at a place where you just want to be in control of what's next for you. You just want to move on from whatever this was in the past with this person. Seven of Wands reversed. Star card coming out reversed here. This is very interesting energy. The Seven of Wands to me feels a lot like giving up, and that's a different energy than moving on, right? The Eight of Cups feels empowered. It feels like, I'm gonna move myself away from what isn't making me happy towards something different. This Seven of Wands with this Star card feels very like sad trombone, boom, boom. Be mindful, guys, as you're moving on from this, that you're not carrying the energy of whatever this was forward with you. Because, sometimes we do that, where we have something that's very painful or something that's very traumatic, and then we carry that forward almost like a wall that people have to climb over, or some sort of, belief that everyone is going to treat us the way that this other person did, that everyone has an ulterior motive, that everyone's wearing a mask, that no one can be trusted. That's what this feels like to me a little bit. And sometimes that's what happens. We look at ourselves and we see our stuff, and we unpack it and we deal with it and we decide to move forward. And even if we forgive the other person, there's this there's this potential here to become guarded or jaded. Um, and that's not good. There it's one thing to take the lessons that you've learned and to be wiser, right? Like being wiser about people, being wiser about ourselves, being wiser about relationships. That's all good. But this feels very defeatist to me. It feels very it's very depressed, distrustful energy with these two cards. And so just be mindful of that. Not everyone is going to be not everyone's a bad person. Not everyone is going to, be playing games. Not everyone is going to, try to find your weakness and exploit it. That's not true of the world. There are people out there who are good people. And if you're not open to that, right? If you go out into the world, this Eight of Cups, if you move forward from this, but your attitude is, I can't trust anybody, and I'm watching everybody, and everyone out there is bad, then guess what you're going to encounter in the world? People you can't trust and people that are bad. You have to open yourself up to believing there are good people out there. Otherwise, you're just never going to see them. You don't believe that they exist. So don't do that to yourself. Last two cards here. Queen of Cups reversed. Whew, with the Six of Cups reversed. Yeah, guys, I do want to say you've done a lot in terms of exploring yourself and in terms of figuring out this person and what was going on here. But there's a lot that you still need to unpack to get yourself into a place where you're in a good space. And I think as you do embark forward and you shake off some of the fears that you have, and you get some space from this, I do think it'll shift. But right now your energy is very, very, very negative and very, very pessimistic. And it's almost like you can't move forward if you're still carrying that energy from the past. And there's a certain thing with the Six of Cups too, where it's like the expectations that you're carrying forward, they aren't realistic. They aren't. It's like I was saying, this person, whoever this person is, they are not a template of every other person in the world. The only way that you will encounter this person and this situation and this pain and this disappointment again is if you haven't learned the lessons. As long as you've learned the lessons, you will see this person. You'll be able to spot them because they will stand out to you because they aren't like everybody else. Most people aren't this. But your mindset right now is that you need to be on guard against this as if the whole world is like this person. And that's not a good place to be. Energetically, that's not a good place for you to be. Okay? I want to get an oracle card here for you guys. Okay. When I'm connected to my joyful presence, I attract support from the universe. You have to lighten this up, guys. Right? Fearless, free, and joyful is how you have to be. That's not what's going on here. Okay? So definitely figure out how to get yourself lighter, get yourself happier, get yourself to a place where you can trust, get yourself to a place where you're open, get yourself to a place where you're receptive. When you do that, the universe will really be able to come in and bring people into your life that align to that vibration. Okay? So don't cut those people out. Don't block the potential good that comes from this Eight of Cups by getting stuck in this of what happened with this person. Okay? So, group 3, thank you. I'm going to go ahead here and just say goodbye. I don't know how many of you are still with me. I don't know if group 1 jumped ahead or group 2, but thank you for hanging out with me. I hope that you found some answers there and enjoyed that. If you want me to do more of this type of reading, let me know that in the comments. Like I said, I don't do them very often on the channel, but I do know there are some people who love them. And so if you guys want me to do more of those, I'm happy to do more. And I just hope that you guys are doing well. This year has been the longest, shortest, fastest year, and I can't believe it's December. And wow, December readings will be coming soon. I'm going to do them as I feel the energy to do them. And I think I'm only going to do one round of readings for December because I just think doing the mid-month check-ins, let's be honest, our lives are not that busy right now. And so I think it's a little bit of overkill. So I have some ideas for the December readings to maybe make them a little bit more in-depth. And, those will be coming soon. Okay? I love you guys.